we do. So now, we're into real estate, right?
Yes.
And I taught a class this week, okay? And it was about black home ownership, Black History Month, stuff like that. And I didn't know if you was aware I was black.
I had noticed.
I thought I'd share that with you.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I didn't know that's what the B was in the DBO.
Exactly. You learn something new every day.
Okay.
But this class, you know how I have a tendency to improvise.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Like
So
tonight's
I didn't make it all about black home ownership. I made it about home ownership, period.
Okay.
Okay. The only numbers, all the numbers are down. Some more than others. But this is what I asked this very, very diversified class. I mean, I had people from the Middle East in there. I had people from Asia in there, different parts of the country, black, white, blue, green, everything in the class. And I asked them, who are you most comfortable with? They said people that speak my language or people who understand my culture. And I said, do you realize just by that statement how much money you're costing yourself? Mm-hmm. Because you have to be uncomfortable to make money.
Exactly.
And they're like, what? I said, yes. If you don't talk to somebody from another race or another culture based upon stereotype, you are costing yourself money.
You're missing out on the other opportunities.
Exactly. So today is about black home ownership, but it's also about diversification of the process of representing consumers and clients. Mm-hmm. And they were like, aha, you can see the aha moments going in their head. It's like, oh my God. And then one older gentleman from Pakistan, he walked up to me after the class over, he says, I never knew that I was stereotyping black people. I said, what do you mean? He said, excuse me, when you said what you said, I need to stop looking at TV negatives because TV only shows negatives. So I sit there and wrap my head around that all black people act like these bad people on TV. And he says, it's not like they don't have bad people in Pakistan that look like me. And he said, thank you for that.
And that's the education part. I mean, it doesn't matter the race. You're going to have people that just don't act right.
Exactly.
Right.
As I like to say, they don't have no home training.
Exactly.
Yeah, the way you say, don't have no home training.
So
it's those kind of things. And this week has been like that all week with people getting a better understanding, excuse me, of others. And others are those whom you don't talk to. Others, it's not about race. It's about you have chose being comfortable versus being uncomfortable to create a better dynamic for yourself. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, it was just way how many people. Yeah. And this is what my takeaway was. Prejudice and bias is not conscious, it's subconscious.
correct.
It's in your subconscious that says, well, no, I'm not talking to him. Because I had him laugh and I said, one little young lady, probably about 25, 26 years old, and a little bitty thing, right? And she was Asian. I said, hey, how about me and you and I go door knocking in a neighborhood? And she fell out laughing. I said, you laughing, I'm scared. And she said, why are you scared? 6'7" bald black man walking around the neighborhood knocking on doors? Okay, this is not a good look, little girl.
I tell you what, though, you're right about that. But on the flip side of it all, we have all been exposed to an extreme amount of negative social media that has.
Absolutely.
I mean, even I'm afraid to open the door, even if it was a small woman knocking at the door.
Yeah, you never know
it
anymore.
could be,
Yeah.
I've seen so much. So, but what I will say is that Houston is a melting pot. It's a very diverse city, and I think that our younger generation, you're talking from a standpoint where we grew up and what we've seen,
exactly.
And so things are starting to change, but not where they should be.
Right.
And even with real estate professionals, the same thing does go on in terms of not just diversity among the clients, diversity amongst what you're learning to do in real estate.
Yeah.
If you have to adjust. If something's not selling, what about let's lease?
Right.
What about let's do something different with this property? Airbnb. Mm-hmm. This is part of the education.
There you go.
And I'm really glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because there are people out there in the real estate profession. They're not moving forward because of a lack of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Truly are. in another class I taught this week, there was an older gentleman in the class, and he wants to broaden his horizon. So he wants to move into commercial. I said, have you been successful in residential yet? Not as successful as I want to be. I said, why do you think that is? He says, I'm running out of people to talk to. I said, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
And he says, what do you mean? I said, oh, you're only talking to people that look like you. Never dawned on him that he was only talking to people that looked like him.
Wow.
Okay, and sounded like him. And I said, so what are you going to do different? He says, I'm going to go call up the black people I do know.
He got two friends.
He got two friends. And I want you to introduce me to some of your cousins and cousins.
Can you take me to church?
There you go.
Yes,
You know,
indeed.
be like a politician, okay? During election season when they had church every Sunday.
Yes.
But it was so funny, he didn't realize it until he actually verbalized it. I only talk to people that look like me.
Wow.
You know, but you have to think about it. How many times have we stopped ourselves from talking to some person because we assumed? That goes for everybody.
It does.
We've assumed, all right? And so, you know, so it's those things. I had a really, really big learning curve this week in regard to the why some people are not successful versus why some people are successful. And then I made some few phone calls to some people where I know who are very, very successful. And they're like me. Yeah, along the check there, we good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.